Let's go ahead and take a look at the male urogenital system. It's very difficult to separate the urinary and reproductive systems, especially in men. Hence, we do talk about the uro, i.e. referring to the urinary, and the genital, i.e. referring to the reproductive system. So, take a closer look. Setting this up for you again, this is a sagittal section right through the midline of the body. This direction here is anterior, so we're moving from anterior to posterior. This is the anterior symphysis, which is the fibrocartilage joint separating the two pubic bones. So moving from anterior to posterior, the first structure we're going to run through is the bladder. If we keep moving posterior, we're then going to run across this cross section of the rectum here. So going back to the bladder here, bladder is going to terminate in the urethra. Again, that's the tube that allows us to void urine to the outside world. And that urethra is going to run a long distance in men all the way through the penis to the outside world. Since the rectum is way over here and the urethra opening is way over here, there's a big difference, big distance between the urinary and the digestive openings. So men in general tend to be a little bit less prone towards bacterial bladder infections. That's not to say men don't get them, but the average person walking into your practice complaining about a bladder infection is most likely to be female. Okay, so let's take a look at the parts of the male reproductive system. So in men, we've got the testicle right here in charge of producing sperm, the epididymis in charge of storing sperm, and that's going to lead through the spermatic cord, which would run back here into the body. Now, sperm is going to get dumped into the ejaculatory duct in the urethra, and it's going to join up with secretions from these semical vesicles and prostate gland here. Prostate gland is the accessory sex gland that actually completely surrounds the urethra 360 degrees. There are also bulbourethral glands, which unfortunately you can't really see very well. This actually might be one of them over here, but don't quote me on that one. So we'll just say it's hard to see them on this model. Sperm is going to follow the same path as urine. It's going to run through the urethra. It's going to run through the penis and be delivered into the female reproductive system. The penis is going to have several different types of erectile tissue in it, which allows it to engorge and become erect. And that's about all for the major parts of the male urogenital system.